My name is Shelly Alston, and I live in the community of Ink, which is just outside of Mena, Arkansas, and we are going to be turning our farm, which has been in the family since 1897, into a zipline and agro-tourism attraction that will help benefit children with autism.
Awesome. Now you chose the name Blue Zipline and Farm. Why the name Blue?
Blue is the color for autism awareness.
Wow. Now why autism?
My son, Gregory, who is age 14 now, was diagnosed when he was 8 years old with Asperger's, just a mild form of autism, and it's been my passion to help kids with autism and help awareness, educate parents, and even help psychologists recognize the different characteristics and how the different kids, according to their personality, respond to different types of learning, and maybe the teachers can adjust their teaching to that specific child.
So what would you have to say to parents out there who have a child that has autism? They're brilliant in many ways, and would you tell them there's hope?
There is hope. I struggled with getting my son outside enjoying the outdoors. He'd want to build forts, when he did go outside, which is great, but I also wanted him to learn about the trees, gardening, nature, tree conservation. Yes, I'm a tree hugger, big time. So doing it in like a scientific type of atmosphere where they can mix science, because they love science. Just get them out there, let them explore it, and turn it into a fantastic biology project. We're going to have a greenhouse. We're also going to have another greenhouse that mixes aquaculture, raising fish. So we can have the fish water, we'll fertilize the plants, and all kinds of vegetables will be grown, which will go to the produce stand and possibly also the farmer's market, and then anything extra, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of extra, is going to be donated to local food pantries.
Wow, that's quite a dream.
Yeah, that's my dream.
So people that are excited about this, I mean, this farm has a lot of history.
Yes. My great-great-grandparents homesteaded it in 1897, and there's a tall hill, which is my favorite hill, and that's where they had their house originally, which later burned down, unfortunately. Then went to my grandparents, and then my grandmother and grandfather, who are now both passed away. And then now it's just my dad's right next door, and I'm here. My son, my daughter's now married, moved away on her own with her husband. So yeah, it's got a lot of history.
I'm sure people will be excited, not only because of the history in the area. This not only sounds like a fantastic dream that's going to reach families who have loved ones with autism, but it also sounds like it's going to be quite a tourist attraction.
I certainly hope so. We have some of the most fantastic views in the state of Arkansas, actually in the whole country. And the Ouachita Mountains are just gorgeous. I moved away for 18 years, and when I came back to visit, I was just in awe of the beauty. And now I'm so awesomely, fantastically happy to be back home when I moved back in 08, and I love it.
Tell us what all features the Blue Zipline and Farm are going to have.
Well, we're going to have the zip line itself, which will be about 7 large zips. That's just phase 1, and they'll be anywhere from like 500 feet long to almost 1,100 feet. So it's going to be over a mile of zip line. And we will have smaller zip lines for those that, we're not just going to put you out there on, a big zip and scare you to death. You're gonna get used to it a little bit at a time. We're gonna have hanging gardens, which it's not really hanging, but once you see it, you'll be like, oh, this is so cool. And there'll be a lot of cascading type flowers and vines, but a lot of it, most of it's gonna be vegetables. From lettuce, cabbage, carrots, you name it.
Wow.
We're going to have the greenhouse with the aquaculture. We're going to have a wisteria tunnel. a bamboo forest, which will promote renewable resources with bamboo because they grow so fast and they're so versatile with what you can use it for. Hugelkulturs will take the dead wood from the trees, trees that have died or diseased, and instead of burning that or just wasting it, we're actually going to use it to make raised garden beds that you don't have to water very often, so it's great for when there's a drought. There's going to be a corn maze, a pumpkin patch, a watermelon patch,
Wow.
and pig races.
Wow.
So, and there'll be a few more.
Now,
that'll be-
the appeal to the Blue Zip Line and Farm apparently goes far beyond just reaching families who have loved ones with autism and a tourist attraction. It sounds like you would have a lot of locals, maybe even corporations for team building. I mean, it's endless what can happen here.
I've had a lot of people approach me about they would love to bring their employees out and just give them that extra boost, help them to work as a team. And so we're going to be expanding, adding additional challenge courses.
Wow.
And then hopefully next year we can expand the zip line and add 2 more miles. And because there's some beautiful tall ridges here that overlook the Irons Fork Creek. We have Indian mounds, and I'll show those to you. We used to find a lot of arrowheads. We still do occasionally find some. We're going to have pottery, how to process your own clay directly out of the ground, the same way the Native Americans did it.
Fantastic.
And then we're also going to teach a little bit, on different building techniques. Something I would love to build, which I think would be really cool, would be a Hobbit house.
Wow.
Just different stuff like
Lord
that.
of the Rings.
Yes, like Lord of the Rings. which my son loves that movie.
Me too. Good deal. So it's quite a dream. I mean, it's not only a very powerful thing for families with loved ones with autism, not only a powerful learning experience for the general public, especially children, and it's not only going to be a great tourist attraction, but it sounds like it's also going to be a great platform for all types of training, team building. It looks like a lot of cultural opportunities, a lot of streams of income to help fund the vision at the end of the day, which is to
further the cause for autism awareness and education. So,
what a powerful dream, Shelley. Well, how can people get behind it?
You can find us on Facebook at the Blue Zip Line and Farm. There will be information on our page where you can donate directly to us.
Fantastic. What a dream. What a fantastic idea, not only for the families with loved ones with autism and autism awareness, but for the community at large and for people living around the area that want to teach their children some amazing things and build teams with their organization. So what a fantastic dream.
Yeah, it's not just for kids on the spectrum, but it's for everyone from all walks of life.